From tornado force winds to super hot flames, do you dare to discover nature's most violent infernos? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Learning. Today, we will discuss the topic: what is firestorm phenomenon? Firestorms are among nature's most violent and unpredictable phenomena. Tornado force winds sweep super hot flames of up to 1000 degrees Celsius through buildings and forests alike. Victims often suffocate before they can flee, and entire towns can be obliterated. A wildfire or multiple wildfires in the same area can cause a firestorm. A firestorm occurs when heat from a wildfire creates its own wind system. This phenomena can lead to very strange weather effects. How firestorms form? Let us see. It all starts because heat is constantly and quickly rising from the fire. As all this heat and air move upwards, it leaves behind some empty space. Air from all around the fire rushes in to fill that gap. That movement of air creates powerful wind called an updraft. In some cases, the rising air can be so fast it creates a fire whirl, also known as fire tornado. Seriously, a tornado of fire? As if a wildfire weren't bad enough by itself. Fire clouds. As the smoke from the fire rises, it condenses when it reaches the upper atmosphere. The water comes from moisture already in the atmosphere as well as the water evaporating from the burned plants fueling the fire. The cloud that forms is called a pyrocumulus, which means fire cloud. If the fire is big enough, it will form a pyrocumulonimbus or a fire storm cloud. These can produce lighting, which could set off even more fires. They also generate stronger winds, which fan the fire, making it hotter and helping it spread. No one wants that. Survivors of firestorms describe darkness, 100-meter high fireballs, and a roaring like a jumbo jet. To give you an idea of the sheer heat, firestorms can be hot enough to melt aluminium, wrap copper, and even turn sand into glass. Firestorms are so intense that they often consume all available oxygen, suffocating those who try to take refuge in ditches, air raid shelters, or cellars. Where do these firestorms happen? They happen worldwide, especially in the forest of the United States and Indonesia and in the Australian bush. They occur mostly in summer and autumn when vegetation is tinder dry. Although they are a natural phenomenon, among the most devastating were triggered deliberately. How do these firestorms change the weather? These can release as much energy as a lightning storm on a hot summer afternoon. Warm air above the fire is lighter than the surrounding air, so it rises. The swirling pillar of lifting air above the fire is called a thermal column. This tornado-like structure is responsible for a firestorm's power. Under the right weather conditions, air can rise inside the column at a super speed of 270 kilometers per hour. How do these change weather? Cooler air gusts into the space left behind by the ascending air, causing violent winds that merge fires together into a single intense entity. They also blow in oxygen, wood, and other flammable material that serve to fuel and intensify the blaze. Turbulent air spiraling around the thermal column can spawn fire tornadoes and throw out sparks. These can set light to trees and houses, tens of meters away, increasing the conflagration's range. How do we fight these storms? Fire wardens, air patrols, and lookout stations help detect fires early before they can spread. Once a fire starts, helicopters and air tankers head to the scene. They spray thousands of gallons of water, foam, or flame retardant chemicals round the conflagration. In the meantime, firefighters descend by rope or parachute to clear nearby flammable material. We can reduce the risk of fire breaking out in the first place by burning excessive vegetation under controlled conditions. Surprisingly, this can actually benefit certain plants and animals. Canadian lodge people pines, for example, rely partly on fire to disperse their seeds. Burning also destroys diseased trees and opens up congested woodland to new grasses and shrubs which provide food for cattle and deer. Vegetation in fire-prone areas often recovers quickly from a blaze. Plants like Douglas fir, for instance, have fire-resistant bark, although it can only withstand so much heat. Forest owners help flora to return by spreading mulch, planting grass, and erecting fences. Hope you liked this topic. Thanks for watching. Go Learning.